Hello and welcome to Robotics and Games Club. In this tutorial, I will show you how the students are going to log in. So again, I go to www.gamedevelopment4kids.com with prefaced by the https://. And now I'm going to. So the students the first time will have to have log in with the username that you have, and then also the password. Now this password was really easy to remember since it was fun666. Okay, and sign in. Okay, so this is what the view looks like when you log in as one of the students. You've got home, which is this view. So you've got these different quizzes, and I go over that in a different tutorial. So from here, I want to click on Profile, and I want to go to Change User Data. So when the student logs in, they've got their first name, their last name, they got their username. They can change any of these fields. Permissions, they're a student, and they cannot change that. Password, they should change that once they log in. So we're going to change that to something else. And then I've got to type it in again so that it's these two need to match. Date of birth, let's say it's not that. Let's say it's 1980. Okay. Site language, you can change that. Programming language, you can change that. So here's what I wanted to get to. So under question 1, you can pick one of these options. So like, what is your father's name? And then you type in what your father's name is. And you got to type it again. And then you go to question 2, and you can select something. We'll say, what's your mother's name? And so you can type in your mother's name. And then type it in again. Now this is case sensitive, so however you type this in, you've got to type it in again. And now we're going to click Submit. Okay. So now that's submitted, and what I will do is click Profile and sign out, because I'm going to show you how to sign in. So now once I've added that information, I can click Sign In, and instead of signing in here, I can sign in with name. So I'll click here, and so I got to type in my first name. Oh, it's got that, and Smith. And date of birth was 1/1/1980. Click Sign In, and now it's going to give me the question. So what is your father's name and what is your mother's name? So I need to type in my father's name and my mother's name, and then click on Sign In. And if I've got those right, if I remember those things, I can sign in. Instead of using my login and password, I can sign in using my name, my birth date, and 2 questions that I know the answer to. So that actually makes it a lot easier if you've got a bunch of students, to get the students to sign in, because they don't always remember their password, they don't always remember their login, but usually they'll remember their parents' names. So the only thing was that sometimes there were issues. They didn't remember if they capitalized it or didn't capitalize it. So that's just something to keep in mind. Anyways, sign out. Now, if I sign in, you can view this. So password, and I click on, then I got to type in the password. Okay, click on sign in, and it takes me here. Now, one of the things I can do is I can, here, answers. So if you click on answers, now let's do password, but answers works the same way. So hiding the password, right, because I don't want to show the password. So I'm going to click update. So here you don't see the password. But you can, if you say, okay, well, what is Bob Anderson's password? So, for example, like the kid comes up and can't remember it, and your page is open, but you don't want to show them everybody's password. You can click on show, and it'll show them what the password is. Same thing with answers. If you have hide answers, it will pop up like this, and you can click on show, and then you can see just one of the answers. If instead you want to, give a list, let's say you need to create a list for people who's in what class or who has what passwords, or you can even click on what build level they have, or what playables do they have, and things like that. You can click on those attributes and then click hide. So instead of it printing out all of that, you'll have, here's the teacher, here are the students. You could show the passwords, first name, last name, username, permissions, and the like. Okay, so then you can just print this page, usually right click, select print and print it, or however you print it, and it'll print off this page, and you can use it for keeping a paper copy. You can also reach this on your phone. So you can sign in with your phone and it will print this out. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do, especially with names and things like that, from your phone. So you don't actually need a standard computer. You can log in with your phone and do moving students around, look up passwords, all that kind of stuff. Okay. And I think that's it for this tutorial.